Each year, depression affects nearly 350 million worldwide. The biggest known killer is suicide in men under the ages of 45. In 2015, as much as 75% of all UK suicides were male. So why in 2018 are we still ignoring this illness and still telling men to man up? This needs to stop. Today we are meeting with Jamie Deacon, a 28-year-old male from Warrington, boxing enthusiast and fighting fit. But that's not all Jamie is fighting. Jamie has been diagnosed with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, a mental illness where people are plagued with constant thoughts or fears that cause them to perform certain rituals or routines. These disturbing thoughts are called obsessions, and the rituals are called compulsive, something Jay is all too familiar with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like OCD is much more about, it's about obsessive thoughts and compulsions. So you have like intrusive thoughts, and then you'd be obsessed with certain things, and that's why you carry out all these different things that you do.
But what sort of things though?
Like, so if you have like an intrusive thought in your head, a normal person, it'd come into their head and they'd be like, it'd just go out of the brain. They wouldn't like think about it. Whereas if someone with OCD, that thought comes into their head and they're like, why have I just thought that? And then you start playing on it and thinking about it, and so then you start like doubting yourself and you get worried, and then that's why you start doing little compulsions, like say for example, driving a car, and you're just driving along, and you just drive, you're concentrating, but you're not, you know what I mean, you're just driving along, and
in your own world.
Yeah.
But you are aware of what's going on.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
Subconscious.
Yeah, subconscious there, and then a thought comes to you, like, did I just run someone over? And then you'd be driving, you'd be like, Did I just run someone over? And I know I haven't.
Okay.
I've been looking, and I can see in the mirror and everything, but I think I have, because that thought's come in. Then I make it a big thing, and then I'll have to go back to reassure myself that I haven't, even though I know I haven't.
Right.
So that coming to like a person who doesn't have OCD, they just whatever, and it'd go out of their head. But with someone with OCD, you act upon it.
Right. So do you remember when this actually first happened to you? When your first experience of it?
It's more like when I was just before like a teenager, like 11, 12.
What triggered that really?
I think it's like when I was younger, like mum and dad split up, stuff like that, and then sort of must have like got anxiety from that, and I just started just doing things when I was like 12, 13, like getting in and out of bed like 7 times. I'd be laid down, I'd have to like mess with the curtains, like keep moving them.
Was that like an every morning thing?
Like every night, yeah. When I go to bed, that was the most anxious time.
Right.
So I'd be thinking like I need to shut these curtains like a certain way. If I don't do it, someone could break into my house. Even though it doesn't make sense, to me it did, because people with OCD, like there could be like 0.01% risk of something happening, but to us it could be like a 99% risk.
Right.
So this is why you have to do all these things, because it makes yourself feel like you're in control, and you can stop that bad thing happening. So you know what I mean. Like if I did them things, that means I'm protecting my family, even though it doesn't make sense. But to me, it does make sense, if you get me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I just have to do it, but it's bad because you're going in a vicious cycle. You're like I should let that thought just go out of my head and not think about it. But instead I try and think of something good then as well, and that like neutralises the thought, and then it has like a vicious cycle. You're in a circle. So I'm laid there, I need to check that. I can't ignore it. I'll try and think of something good, like say football, but I can't ignore it, so I'll go and do the compulsion, like do the curtains or whatever it was, and then my anxiety's gone down a little bit now. And I'll get back in bed, and then it's not. It's still there.
So you were talking about something, that little trigger that you'd use to try and snap you out of it. What normally is that?
You need to learn to let that thought just go through your head. Do you know what I mean? But it's very hard to do that. So when I was a teenager, I was doing all these things. I didn't know why I was doing them, like turning taps on and off water, like the water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different stuff.
So what about when you're in public then? How does that affect it?
A lot of it's mental as well. It's like you have like behaviours, but you have like mental things. So I could be like ruminating in my head. I could be going over stuff. So you'd be like talking to me, or I could be at the football or whatever, and in my brain I'm doing all different things, like counting things and going over stuff. Like say if I had a conversation with someone, I might be going over that in my head, and if I don't do it, something bad's going to happen. So I have to do it. So people can be speaking to me and they're distracting me. So I might look normal, but in my head I'm doing all these working things out and going back in the past, and so like it's not just behaviours either.
Yeah. So if you're not talking yet like this, what are you thinking now?
I don't know. Just I could be thinking anything. I could be looking around and I could be working something out. I could be thinking what we've just been speaking about, and I'm trying to go over it in my mind. So if I'm doing something and someone distracts me, it affects me because I'm focused. They might not think I'm doing anything, but I am. And that's why it sort of is like ruminating, going over things over and over, stuff that you can't change or whatever it is. You just go over it.
So with your coping, is that how you transition into the boxing side of things now?
Yeah, well, it doesn't cure OCD.
No, I'm not saying curing. It's like helping as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, because it's very hard to get in the ring and stuff and fight, because obviously OCD is like an anxiety related disorder, so that's a big thing to put yourself out there on stage, or go into a gym like a boxing gym. It takes a lot to get in there. But boxing just helps me like make myself feel better and relieve that like stress and take my mind off stuff for like an hour. Say I'm in the gym for an hour, when I box and I don't think about like all the stuff that's on my mind, because I leave it at the gym door. Because you got to concentrate. You can't not concentrate, and it's just helped a lot with self-esteem, and it's just really, really good for me.
That's good. And what about the family support, that sort of stuff? How does that work with you and your brother? I know you live with your brother.
Yeah, well, I don't really speak too much about my stuff. I feel more comfortable with speaking to my friends. There's certain people, because obviously it's hard to explain like OCD to people. Not many people understand it at this present moment in time. And there's charities out there that are trying to like make it people more aware and stuff, but it's still way behind all the other sort of disorders. So.
And have you spoken with anybody, any other charities or any CBTs or?
Yeah, I've had a few CBTs before.
Okay.
And like counselling sessions, but like they work, but it's sort of after a few months when you're on your own and you ain't got that person to speak to, the therapist, or if these things come back, or if something bad happens in your life, or some like a hard time, then your anxiety will go worse and your OCD will go worse as well. Surely there's a number for you to call or something to speak with, outlines, that sort of thing? There's OCD Action, OCD UK. There's all like counselling things, but sometimes it's very hard for people to actually ring up them numbers. You don't realise if you're in a low place how hard it is actually to seek help. You carry this big massive weight on your shoulders and stuff. And it might take you to have a breakdown before you actually speak to someone. And that that's happened a couple of times to me. So you're just trying to be stronger and helping others out and just get on with your life. But sometimes it comes to an end. So
I see. So typically a normal day to you, what normal is these days, but how do you describe your typical normal day to day? Getting up, like a routine sort of thing, that gets you in that right mindset.
Yeah, it's just like My routine is the same every morning. I mean, I don't know if that's OCD or that's, people have that anyway, like their own routines, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's not, mine's probably not different, but I go up at 6:20 every morning. Like I come down and I do everything the same. I know at like 2 minutes past 7 where I should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting my bag and going in my car. So, you know what I mean? I like a routine. I like to know. I mean, everyone's OCD is different. There's all different types, but mine is like I like to know what I'm doing at what time. If I say like I'm going somewhere at 12, then I'll be there at 12. Or if we're going the Everton match say on a weekend, like I sort of organise it and say, right, we're going at this time. And if people are late or whatever, it's just a bit like that throws me a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm not in control of the situation. But it's just, obviously I've learned to deal with that. Not everyone's like me, and people have, we're all different, aren't we? So you sort of learn to cope with other people, but some people can be really bad with OCD. They might not even go out of the house.
Yeah.
They literally can't work or anything. So I get out there and do all my stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still there. You can't. It doesn't leave you.
So what would your message be to people that are not necessarily suffering in silence, but people that don't know who to talk to, don't have the right outlets? Someone like yourself who didn't know before, as you said, from a young age, you didn't know what it was until you finally sought help. What would your message be to?
Well, I just like reach out and just go to the doctors. Do something like if you think you've got like obsessions or OCD or any sort of depression, anxiety, don't just bottle it up. Just go out, go to the doctors, or as you said, there's all the people you can ring, the charities, or speak to a friend that you can trust. Maybe not a family member because they're too close. Sometimes that's why you'd speak to a friend. But definitely, like, there's a lot of research out there on the internet. There's a lot of help. Whereas when I was like 16, 17, so it didn't really not sound all like we didn't really go. You know what I mean? They have more like the iPhones and stuff. Then it's like D500 or something. You know what I mean? So just it's all out there, and just there's people who care. A lot of people who care.